This is Mrs. Dawson. The following is an example of simplifying square roots of negative numbers. Simplify. The square root of negative 72. The square root of negative 108 times b to the 7th. Let's begin by rewriting the first question. The square root of negative 72. We can rewrite this expression as a product of the factors. So negative 72 is negative 1 times 2 times 36. Negative 1 times 2 times 36. And then we can take the product of each of the square roots of those factors. The square root of negative 1 is the imaginary number I. The square root of 2 does not simplify. It's an irrational number. And the square root of 36 is 6. So the only thing left to do is rewrite this so that the irrational number is at the end. The square root of negative 72 simplified is 6i times the square root of 2. The square root of negative 108 times b to the 7th. We'll do something very similar with this. First, write the factors of negative 108, beginning with negative 1 times 3 times 36. 3 times 36 is 108. And the reason I stopped with the 36 is because it is a perfect square. b to the 7th is equivalent to b to the 6th times b to the 1st. When we're taking square roots, we want to rewrite the exponents so we have even exponents. Our next step, I'm going to rewrite 36 just so you see it works the same with numbers as it does with variables. 36 is equivalent to 6 squared. Then once again we have b to the 6th times b to the 1st. Breaking each one of these factors apart, we can take the square root of negative 1, multiply that by the square root of 3, multiply that by the square root of 6 squared, multiply by the square root of b to the 6th, and last multiply by the square root of b. And simplify each one. The square root of negative 1 is the imaginary number I. The square root of 3 is irrational and does not simplify. The square root of 6 squared is 6. Just like we had over here, the square root of 36 was 6. We can also write 6 squared with an exponent there. The square root of b to the 6th, because we have a square root of 2, we can take 6 divided by 2, and that tells us our new power. So b cubed, the square root of b to the 6th is b cubed. The square root of b remains irrational. This has a power of 1, and we're trying to take the square root. So our last step is to combine like terms, if you will, and we'll put the factors without the radicals out front. So 6b cubed and I will be in front. 6b cubed times I. And then we'll multiply the two irrationals together and put under one radical symbol. So we have the square root of 3b. So the square root of negative 108 b to the 7th simplified is 6b cubed times I times the square root of 3b.